of your favorite R&B hits.
Jams from back in the day and a little something to keep your head nodding.
This
is Cafe Mocha.
This is Cafe Mocha, and I'm MC Light, along with Lonnie Love, who's missing today. We miss her dearly. She's out on the road getting her paper.
Thank you.
And Angelique is in the house.
Question is, do you miss your soap operas? Because one of our favorite soap actresses is joining us, Drusilla, a.k.a. Victoria Rowell, here to talk dirt.
But is also going to get a little bit serious. She will share her experiences as a foster child, being in foster care, and offer up advice to all the people struggling to keep their families together. Now that gets real.
Real.
Only here on Cafe Mocha. This is Cafe Mocha. I'm MC Light.
I'm Angelique, and we watched her for years as Drusilla on Young and the Restless. She's now writing books, getting ready to release her own soap opera.
Oh, my.
But here's just one thing.
What?
She need the money.
That's right.
On the line, we absolutely love her. Victoria Rowell, how are you?
I am so good and so grateful.
Now tell us about this new soap opera that you've been talking about, and I'm really looking forward to.
Of course, all along I've been writing. I was writing while I was on Young and the Restless, writing after Young and the Restless, and I wrote the script for my original pilot, which is titled The Rich and the Ruthless.
Love it.
Okay, and it's about a black-owned soap opera, though it's multicultural. It's a checkerboard cast. It's black, it's white, it's Asian. Watch out. In front and behind the camera, because that's very important to me in writing realistically about what we look like in the world. It is a melting pot now.
Yes.
And so it's about this black-owned soap opera, and it's not so much about what's going on in the script on the show. It's about what's going on behind the bubbles, honey.
Now, I'm talking to Victoria Rowell about The Rich and the Ruthless, which is your future soap pilot. And the issue here is money. You're putting this on Kickstarter to get fans to chip in, right?
That is correct. We just went up on Kickstarter. We have less than 40 days to raise... I have less than 40 days to raise $50,000.
Okay.
Now, as you know, in entertainment, that is not a lot of money.
Right.
No.
But, you know, we know that we can do it. We've worked out a fantastic, tight budget, and we know the potential.
Now, how do people find you on Kickstarter?
What you do is you log on to Kickstarter.com. That'll take you right to the site, and there'll be a little search box at the top of the site, and you type in The Rich and the Ruthless, and it will drive you directly to the site. You pull out that little piece of plastic, and you donate $1 or more.
So this is what we're going to do. We're going to make sure that there's a link to your Kickstarter page on Cafe Mocha Radio. It is called The Rich and the Ruthless. And so we're going to make sure that we help you get some $50,000 so we can get this pilot off the ground. On the way, though, we want to talk to you more about the history, or the future, rather, of the soap industry. We've got Victoria Rowell, a.k.a. Drusilla, on the line. More on Cafe Mocha.
Everybody get up.
It's Cafe Mocha. We're on the line with Victoria Rowell. And I think what you had mentioned was very important in terms of where are soaps going?
I think that, 3 soaps will stay on the air. I don't know for how long, because the audience share keeps shrinking, though I do think the top-tier soaps have a life. There are people that want to tune in, but, Procter & Gamble still sponsors a lot of daytime drama television, and I imagine that, if that audience share isn't purchasing those products the way that they'd like, they're going to also be looking for other vehicles to sell their product, because that's what soap opera is about, whether it's primetime or daytime. It's about moving product to the ad buys and to commercials.
Very important to know.
Talking to Victoria Rowell, Oprah's airing new episodes now on My Children, One Life to Live. Do you think that will help save the industry? You think that'll be the next thing, is moving soaps to cable?
I think so. I think, moreover, the public is going to be looking for channels. Like Oprah's way out ahead, where she has her channel, but people are going to be looking for more and more of that. So let's just hypothetically say Victoria Rowell has a channel. Well, gee, I'm going to go to Victoria Rowell's channel because I know she's going to have a whole thing on making hats. I know that she's going to have a murder mystery. I know that she's going to have a soap. I know that she's going to have, different products that are germane to her brand. And I think more and more you're going to see celebrities owning their own channels.
That's awesome.
Because people expect a brand of entertainment, and that's where we're going.
Wow, that's interesting. Just like YouTube, I guess, huh?
Everyone having their own way.
It's Cafe Mocha. More with Victoria Rowell coming up. Baby, I love.
This is Kim Winnie with my ladies, MC Light, Angelique, and Lonnie Love on Cafe Mocha.
Yeah. It's Cafe Mocha. Time for the Cafe Mocha movement. And I know mommies and daddies and students are all wondering about that internship. And I found out, thanks to Sharice Lilly, that Comcast has some great internship opportunities. So let's talk about it. What are the possibilities?
Sure. Well, we've got lots of relationships with national organizations that sponsor internships in the communications business. Probably our biggest relationship is with the Emma Bowen Foundation, and the Emma Bowen Foundation was founded as an outgrowth of the civil rights movement, and the idea behind this foundation is to try to get more diversity in the communications field. And so we are one of the largest employers of Emma Bowen interns. The wonderful thing about this program is that the young people enter the program during high school, and then they have internships that go through their college years. Emma Bowen also gives them assistance toward tuition payments, so there's a scholarship portion involved with that also, and they get to work in different aspects of the Comcast experience all around the country. We also work with the T. Howard Foundation program out of Washington, D.C., and they also are concerned with getting more diversity in the communications industry. Comcast has its own homegrown internship program, and if people are interested in those internships, they can go to www.comcastcorporation.com/careers, and if they navigate that website, they will be able to find information about summer internships. And those internships involve assignments to Comcast various divisions, and you really get a lot of firsthand experience about what goes on in the business.
Website one more time.
All right, website one more time, www.comcastcorporation.com/careers. And if they navigate that website, they will find information about the various internship programs we have throughout the country.
Excellent.
This is Cafe Mocha. We love her from The Young and the Restless. On the way, Victoria Rowell.
She shares her experiences on foster care and gives tips on how to protect your children from the system. Plus,
The Light Mix.
That's right.
It's Cafe Mocha. It's Cafe Mocha. I am MC Light, and that is Angelique.
From The Young, the Restless, we've got Drusilla on the line, and we've been talking. I'm sorry, Victoria Rowell, but they know you as Drusilla.
That's okay. I answered to it.
We been talking about soaps and your desire to get your pilot going, but one of the things that I don't know if people know about you is that you were adopted, and I want to talk a little bit to the grandmas and the aunties and people who are having to deal with the foster care system, and whether you could assist in sort of helping them navigate through that. How do we keep our kids out of the system? Because I know you know all the bad things that happen there.
Well, what I recommend is if a family member can be fostered by a family member can take that child, and you are essentially licensed to be a foster parent, because there is a small compensation that is afforded to you by the state. I recommend that you go that route. And that way the child is kept in the familial nucleus and doesn't just go into, again, the wide abyss of foster care. And if that bio parent, let's say they are incarcerated, let's say maybe they're in rehab, let's say whatever the case, they may be suffering from mental illness, whatever it is, if they don't rehab inside of the 18 to 23 months that are allocated for them to do so, then their entire parental rights will be revoked. And the child could go into the adoption sphere, and the family will lose the child. Now, let's try to keep the child out of foster care. Let's have some wraparound services. Let's call up the Department of Children and Family Services in your neighborhood and find out what are the rights of this child so that I can keep a family member out of foster care.
Gotcha. All right. We are talking to Victoria Rowell. What's your web address or contact info?
The Twitter handle is @Victoria Rowell, Rowell. I'm also on Facebook, Vicky.Suds, that's VICKI.Suds, or Victoria.Suds. So please, I'm on Twitter. It really is me. God knows I don't have that little blue check mark next to my name, but oh well.
I hear that. Oh well.
Thank you so much. Go to Kickstarter.com and let's get involved.
Get it revved up.
Yeah, let's make our own stuff now. Thank you so much for joining us. It's Cafe Mocha. Winnie opens this weekend starring Jennifer Hudson and Terrence Howard. Just a couple weeks ago, I spoke to T.D. Jakes about the release of the film.
Winnie Mandela, we are really doing Winnie. That's an exciting independent film that we brought in from South Africa, and we're going to have an opportunity for Terrence Howard and Jennifer Hudson to be a part of that. Jennifer's playing Winnie. Terrence is playing Mandela, and it's absolutely amazing. I love South Africa, and here you have this amazing story about these amazing people who fell in love with the backdrop of the apartheid and the atrocities thereof going on behind them. Still, love found a way.
And here's just a taste of what Jennifer Hudson gives us in Winnie.
Mrs. Mandela, what are your plans now that your husband's been sentenced?
I will not allow the selfless efforts of my husband to be abandoned.
Mandela's dream of a free society will be kept alive.
My father warned me this day would come. I didn't think it would be this soon.
Your daddy will be so proud.
Where's the father?
Away.
The wife of these. We must break up.
Please, look after my baby! Please, look after my baby!
What have you done to my wife?
They have made me stronger. We are winning, Nelson. We are winning.
Keep fighting! Keep fighting!
They think because they have put my husband on an island that he will be forgotten.
The harder they try to silence him, the louder I become. Amanda!
Winnie Mandela opens this weekend in limited release. Make sure you check it out. I'm Angelique, and this is Cafe Mocha Espresso. The turnout in D.C. for the 50th anniversary of the March on Washington was amazing. We want to thank everybody who stopped by the Cafe Mocha booth. It was inspiring.
And because they kept marching, America changed. Because they marched, the Civil Rights Law was passed. Because they marched, a voting rights law was signed.
Cedric the Entertainer just moved to New York, and he's hosting Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Well, for me, I guess, like as a stand-up, you have the opportunity to interact with a person right there who's playing the game. You have the audience there, which is lively. And so I get to be, comedically funny at the same time, have this opportunity to change people's lives.
And I'm sure a lot of Time Warner cable subscribers are happy to have CBS back. Jimmy Kimmel kind of breaks it down for us.
CBS will get $2 of your dollars a month from the cable bill, and Time Warner will separately charge you an additional $1.50 to give you the same thing you can get for free with an antenna. It's what they call a win-win-lose.
That's your Cafe Mocha Espresso. I'm Angelique. Hey, it's Cafe Mocha time for everybody's favorite part of the show where you can get your workout on.
Me on the ones and twos. It's the light mix.
Sponsored by Comcast.
It's Cafe Mocha. Right now, you're in the Light Mix. DJ MC Light. Yours truly on the ones and twos. Lonnie Love, Angelique. What more can I say? Top billing. We're going back in the crates for this. It's Shaka Khan. Cafe Mocha.
It's not difficult for me to say.
It's Cafe Mocha. You're inside the Light Mix. Be sure to follow us on Twitter. Like us on Facebook. Download the app. It's called Cafe Mocha Radio. Get with it. It's Cafe Mocha. You're inside the Light Mix with DJ MC Like, Angelique, and Lonnie Love. Chillin', waiting for me to finish up this mix on the ones and twos. About to sing Love Come Down. Hope this brings back great memories for you. Summer's almost over. Get ready. Fall time's here. It's Cafe Mocha. It's Cafe Mocha. This is the Light Mix. I'm trying to bang out these summertime hits for you one more time, because, yep, it is over and done. Was that quick or what? We're making it last right here on Cafe Mocha. Whip out your roller skates if necessary. Rewind selector. Before I leave, you know I gotta give you some of the heat. It's Cafe Mocha. New music.
There's a passion in the air that
MC Light, thanks to Cafe Mocha.
And I can't hold out, don't wanna hold back. I can't hold out for you.
Time to live life, make it amazing. Been craving since the days of days, and now I'm at the Four Seasons. I got a reason to celebrate, something to believe in. Great times, great minds think alike. You ain't for doing it right.
Wrapping up our favorite part of the show, the Light Mix with MC Light. I want to thank Victoria Rowell for stopping by and spending so much time with us. If you want to give to her cause, go to Kickstarter.com. Look up The Rich and The Ruthless. We'll be back next weekend. It's Cafe Mocha.
She's a very